come up with some implications for instructional design, which means specific recommendations to facilitate networks and communities. And so I have a whole bunch. So the first thing is this chart where, like when you divide community efforts and network, then you can look at the objective and what you should be able to do or what your goal should be as an instructional designer. And so if the community, the goal is to create this partnership and this shared identity, what you do is facilitate that, the sense of trust, make sure that people feel committed, that they know why they are here, that they know what their objective is. If you're looking at this as a network, then you want to optimize the connectivity. So you want to make sure that there are new connections, that information is flowing, that people are getting what they need. And so that's the most basic level, but then I have some more practical things. So like this one is, you need to evaluate which tools and online platforms will best support sociability, meaning, we want people to be able to talk to each other. And so if it's really hard to chat or to do anything, then, that's not a good platform. This one is that we need to use the technology affordances, meaning, those things that can really help us understand and help our teachers. Like I was saying on Facebook, for example, knowing the popular times and the popular days of the week, that is an affordance that technology gives me, and that is really helpful to inform my decisions. And so that is another thing. If you have the possibility to conduct a social network analysis, that would be great, because then you can really know more about your people. But if you don't have that, you can get an idea of who could be a core contributor, who could be in the periphery, and that is that we want to encourage those teachers to take on leadership roles and really have more ownership and engagement over the project. We also want to, have some real life interactions whenever that is possible. And so maybe in the future, you may want to have, like a meetup that is face to face. The next one is, if we're doing this online, then it was a great idea to host online synchronous events to welcome people, to orient them, to show them the resources, like everything that we're doing today. It's a great idea. And this is also, I told you this already, like teachers will find value if they experience some of the benefits. So you want to make sure that they are getting benefits. So if you could feature resources, you could feature testimonials, you could feature things, so that way teachers can see like, oh, I forgot about this, look at that. And that will attract them to create this community. And these I already mentioned, the high quality resources that will really attract teachers. So like the ESL library, that's wonderful, because, who doesn't want free lesson plans and materials that you can print and use with your students? Of course you want that. And so if sometimes, but it's also good if you can share your own materials. Like if you have a lesson plan that is really good, why not share that with other teachers in Nariño? They will benefit from it. And so sometimes, because our experience was that we started small, and now we have, like, I believe, more than 2,000 teachers in this community. And so it becomes difficult to find information, because you need to search for things, and the more you have things, the more difficult it gets. So that's something to think about, that you will grow, hopefully. I know you will. And so you need to think about or plan for that in a way. Setting norms is super important to promote this low risk environment that I talked to you about at the beginning. What is setting norms is like, okay, how do you take turns? How do you participate? What are the expectations? What do you need to do? What do we expect from you as a member? What do we expect from you as a participant? And that is important, especially when you work with people from different countries or cultures, because we don't always have the same ideas. And that is also related, and this is a different topic, about nonverbal communication, because when we do these things online, we don't see each other, and a lot of the things that we communicate are actually not the words that we say, but everything else, the way you say things, your tone, your posture, your voice. And so that is why setting norms and expectations can also be important for that, to think about how do we communicate when we don't see each other. Another thing is about the time. Is like, how can we help teachers that don't have time? One thing is to have websites and things that are really easy to use. That way they don't have to learn how to use these things. And number two, getting support from school administrators is really important. because teachers value what the principal value. Like if they give you credit for this, like for example, if you are a member of TESOL Nariño, you could add this to your CV, to your curriculum vitae, to your resume, and maybe your principal will feel happy and excited, and that will help you, or that will motivate you to continue doing this. But if your principal doesn't care about professional development because they don't know better, then teachers don't tend to prioritize those areas as much. And so that's all.